this Picmonic, we will cover how to assess cranial nerves 1 and 2 with the story of the Assessman helping out a brainstem in need. Cranial nerve 1, the olfactory nerve, is shown here by the brainstem with the number 1 foam finger in his nose and the olfactory in the window. This cranial nerve is important to our sense of smell. Injury to this nerve may result in an impaired sense of smell that could also accompany a loss of taste. This can be assessed by testing the patient's sense of smell by using a familiar, attainable smell, like an alcohol wipe, shown in this Picmonic literally. Keep in mind that occluded air passages for rhinitis or obstruction could interfere with the assessment. Also note any sense of smell asymmetry while performing your assessment. This is represented as the smell asymmetry. Have the patient push down on each nostril and smell. Uterolateral loss of smell could indicate head trauma or a brain lesion. Cranial nerve 2, the optics nerve, shown here as the brainstem in a tutu and the optics guy, conveys our sense of sight. This nerve allows the retina and the brain's visual cortex to connect. Impairment to this area could result in blindness in part or all of the visual field. A visual field test, shown literally, can be used to assess the optic nerve. To check a person's visual fields, check their visual acuity and visual fields by confrontation. Visual field loss may be linked to papilledema from increased intracranial pressure or optic atrophy. In summary, the cranial nerves 1 and 2 are both sensory. Cranial nerve 1, also known as the olfactory nerve, can be assessed by using a familiar, attainable smell test and to note any sense of smell asymmetry. Cranial nerve 1, also known as the olfactory nerve, can be assessed by using a familiar, attainable smell test and to note any sense of smell asymmetry. Cranial nerve 2, the optic nerve, can be assessed by conducting a test of the visual fields.
It was a dark night, so dark you could hardly see. I was in the office working on a case when I smelled it. It was a stench that could only come from the olfactory. That's when that first brainstem came walking through that door and into my life.
I've got a big problem, Assessman. I think you're the only one to solve it.
I see. Looks like you got a big foam finger stuck up your schnoz. Here, take a whiff of this.
I can't smell anything out of my right nostril, Doc. This is bad. They're gonna fire me at the olfactory if I can't smell.
You got a bad case of smell asymmetry. Who did this to you?
I think I know who. It's my ex.
For the rest of the story, check out Picmonic.com and sign up for a free account. There, you can also take Picmonic's quiz. The quiz automatically sets up your daily quiz by using spaced repetition algorithms based on the questions you've missed or struggled with to make sure you study what you need when you need to. And while you're there, check out the rest of our head-to-toe assessments Picmonics. We've got all the content you'll need to remember. Everything from cognitive abilities assessment, cerebellar assessment, skull, scalp, and hair assessment, head, face, and neck assessment, eye assessment, and so much more, so you can lock down on everything you need to know forever. Play, quiz, and spaced repetition. Efficient, effective, and research proven to increase exam scores.